Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wyoming Knits YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Lee and this is my channel where I like to talk about all things that I've been knitting on over the past week. Today is Sunday, February 22nd, 2026, and this is episode 127. You can find me on Instagram as Jenny Lee Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jenny Lee S Knits. It has been a very productive 7 days since we last chatted. I've finished a sweater, I finished one sock, and I've made a lot of progress on some other things. So let's start out with what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Storm Sweater by Petite Knit. I knit this out of Knit Picks Brava Recycle in the color Lily Flower. I will have my project page linked in the description box below, along with all the other project pages I have that I'm talking about today. I will have bag makers and yarn shops linked down below also, and any crafty make along I'm participating in will be linked in the description box below today. So this is the Storm Sweater. I love this sweater. I end up wearing it at least once a week. It's a nice pullover just to throw on. It feels like a comfy sweatshirt and it's one of my favorites. I would definitely knit this again. It seemed like it just flew off my needles because each section is a different texture and you're like, ooh, I can just get to the next. I can just get to that divider. I'm almost to that divider, I'll get to the divider, and then you get to the divider and you're like, ooh, let's see what this next texture, let's start that. And then you get going and you're about halfway done and you're like, I can get to the next divider. And so it felt like it flew. So let's talk about this sweater now. This is my Lento. I finished it yesterday, so it has not been blocked yet. I didn't want it to be wet today, so I just finished it yesterday. It still needs blocked. It will go into the wash as soon as I'm done recording today, and it will be blocking. So hopefully I can wear it either Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday before it will be dry. But this is the Lento. I knit the first size. You knit it on a size 10, US size 10, 6mm needle. And then the ribbing is knit on an 8, I want to say. So I did a fold over collar. I did, for the raglan increases, was a knit front back. I think next time I do it, I will do a make one left and make one right. I just am more comfortable with those ones, and I like the way it looks. I did do tubular bind off on all of the bind offs. I have not tried it on yet to see if I like the length of the sleeves. I will do that later today. So that is my Lento. I will probably wear it next Sunday when I record. I knit the first size. I used, where's my bag? I still have everything in this bag. I used, this is my second cake of both the cereal packet and the fingering weight yarn. So I still have quite a bit of the fingering weight and a little bit of the Surrey. When I bought it, I bought 3 skeins of each, so I do have 1 full skein of each one left over. This one is Stitchin with yarn. Oh, I threw it on the floor. So we have Stitchin with yarn in the color Stitch Quest. This is a 75-25 superwash merino. And this one is a lace weight Surrey alpaca, 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk. This is the color Hydrangea from the Sheepy Shire. There we go. So I held these together to get this beautiful color. I really love it. I think it's going to be so nice and soft and warm to wear if it ever gets cold. We did get some snow last week. Wednesday it snowed. I think Tuesday it snowed a little bit, and it did not melt, but it just barely covered the ground, and the wind blew. And I did post a couple pictures on my Instagram stories, and then the next day it snowed and blowed and snowed a little bit. We did not get much accumulation. I think it's almost all melted now, but they did have an accident on Interstate 80 Wednesday night, which shut down the interstate for, I don't know how many hours it was, but it shut down at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon, and did not open again until the next morning at about 10 or 11 o'clock. So, we did have a couple people that were on their way over to the basketball games in Evanston that did get stuck in traffic, and they were able to get home, some of them pretty reasonably, and others not until the next day. It took them a long time to get the interstate cleared off. So we did have some snow, but I don't think we'll have any more snow the rest of the year. I think it might rain, but I think it's starting to warm up. It is 42 degrees right now, and our high is supposed to be 45. Lots of the snow has melted, but when I look out at the mountains, there is quite a bit of snow out there, so hopefully they got the bulk of the snow. And when it was snowing here, it was just snowing there and just coming down and filling the mountains full of snow, I hope, or we won't have as much water this year. So that is the Lento sweater that I'm hoping to wear sometime this year before it gets too warm to wear it. This is a bag by Awesome Granny. And let's talk about some works in progress. The first thing I have is my Momma Jess sock set. This is her third Sunday of Advent sock set. The name of it is Winter Reading Day. And I have a main skein and a contrast color. And I have finished the first sock. So I was right there last time. I finished the toe, and I have started on the cuff of the next sock. I knit these on 9-inch circular needles, US size 0, 2 millimeter. I'm doing 64 stitches. I did a German twisted cast on, and I did 2x2 rib. I will go for 20 rounds, and then I will start in the main color and do the Thursday Night Socks by Sock Witchery. Put in the contrast for the heel and the toe, and hopefully I am running out of sock mojo. I don't really want to pick up my socks very often. I don't know if it's the patterns that I'm choosing or the patterns that are cast on already, I have this sock and one more sock, and then all my sock whips that I brought into 26 will be finished. So that might be that I chose some patterns that I'm not as drawn to, or that I want to work on. So this is, it's like a fun, just a rib pattern. This one is a 2-row repeat, and so it's easy, but every other row you're switching, and usually that works for me because I like to do the string of lights, but this one is just a little bit different. So maybe after I do it a few more times I will decide I like it, but right now I am just not being pulled to work on these. The next project I have, excuse me, is living in this Stitch Quest bag by Katie's Randomness. And I have some yarn from Selah Yarns, Selah Yarn Co. It's 100% alpaca, fingering weight, 300 yards. The color is brown marled, and it is an 80-gram skein. My daughter's friend picked this up and asked me to, she said, if I brought your mom back some yarn, would she make me socks? And I said, yeah. And then she brought this back and I said, ooh, 100% alpaca? That might not be the best yarn for socks. Can I make you a hat with it? So I am making the Musselburgh hat out of the yarn that she brought back for me. I think she got this yarn in Colorado at a local yarn store, so I'm not sure which store, and there is not a website for this brand of yarn. So I'm making the Musselburgh by Ysolda Teague. I was right there last time I worked on this as I edited last week's video, and then worked on it a little bit more this week. I had a couple projects that after I finished my repeat on my painting honeycomb blanket that I picked up and just worked on that the rest of the night, and this was one of them. So I'm going to work until I have about between 8 and 10 grams left on that one. Then the next thing I picked up this week is my Jaunty. This is in a Redsldycreats bag. And I'm using some yarn I got at I think it was just like a fiber yarn show. And it was some hand spun that somebody had spun up, and it was for sale, and I was like, ooh, I want some hand spun. So I grabbed this one, and this is the Jaunty by Andrea Mowry. I was right here when I showed it last time. I did a few repeats. It's growing. So you do a whole bunch of increases. Well, you increase every so many rows, and then after you do your increases, and I'm not exactly sure which number, what percentage left of your cake, then you start the decreases, but it's less than 50%. It's like 45%, 40, yeah, maybe 45% left of your yarn, and then you start the decreases. So I think I have quite ways to go on this so far. It is a half fisherman's rib pattern. So you do a knit in the row below purl, knit in the row below purl. Each end has an I-cord edge, and then on the back side you just knit across. So it's pretty easy. So I worked on that one night, I think maybe Monday night. I worked on this one for a couple hours after dinner, after I did my one section of my painting bricks blanket. I picked up this one. The next thing I worked on, I took Friday off of work because we had a 5-day week and I needed a mental health day. I took Friday off, and all day Friday I worked on my Love Light blanket. This is in a bag that I got from Momma Jess Knits when she did her 4 Sundays of Advent. And I am on day 16. Oops. Threw it on the ground. Day 16. It is this neutral gray. I am loving every color so far and the way they are working together. Let's see. I think this is the front. Yes, because I was right there last time in the dark gray, and I did the next color was a like a white tan with speckles, and then this blue green, and now I'm on the gray. So this is day 16 and it's only this long so far. If I put that on the ground, it goes about up to my knees. So I think I am going to have to add some more minis. I think I'm going to pull some of my Lamb Woman Knits minis. I have this one, but this one has I think some of the same colors, so I'll probably pull like these 3 right here. This one, and this one. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think this is the same color as this one. So I'll do one of the blues, one of the lighter pinks, and the darker pink with those ones. And then I have some other minis up here that I could use. Some of them are only 10 grams. And then I have all of my leftover yarn that I could put in here. You don't have to have a mini. You don't have to like weigh out 20 grams. You do a set number of rows, and then you do your stripe of each color, and then you move on to the next color. So I could potentially pull any of my minis. I might have my daughter go through and pick some yarn to put in here, so it's a mystery to me, and tell her just randomly put stuff in bags. Don't look at the number, don't try to make it match or go together or anything, just put it in the bags. So that's the Love Light blanket. Did I say that already? The Love Light blanket by Jennifer, not quite sure how to pronounce her last name. It will be up here. with my Scrappy swap that I opened over Christmas, over December in Vlogmas. It is a fun ribbed texture. I love it. It's so squishy. I think I'm going to love having it as one of the blankets I have in the summer on the couch. Then let's get to the very last one. I think I'm going to finish it today. I think I'm going to work on it and finish it today. I have my painting Honeycombs blanket that I've been working on with the Lion Brand, Mandala, Serene, and Mantra. And oh, it's a little tangled. There we go. I have yarn from who knows what on here. So this is how wide it is. It's pretty wide. You can on your lap it goes all the way across. And I was right here last Sunday. I just finished this orange stripe, and I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 honeycombs since last Sunday. I'm going to do 56 honeycombs, so I put a marker right here. This one is marking number 50. So 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So I have 2 more. And then the I-cord bind off. And this is finished. If I put it on the floor at my toes, it comes all the way up to my neck. So this will be a nice big long blanket for I'm making these for one of the ladies I work with. She has 3 kids, 2 in elementary school, 1 in middle school, and so I want these to be able to grow with them and be able to use them throughout. So if they want to curl up on the couch when they get a little bit taller, it still covers all of them. Right now they might be a little big, but I do want them to be able to use them for a long time. So I will finish this today, weave in the ends, wash it, and show finished object pictures next week. I will probably post them on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, the link is in the description box below. This is all I have left of my yarn. I started with some partial skeins, and then I have used 3 of the blue and 3 of the pink so far. Those 2 skeins are the last 2 full skeins. I might not use all of them. I might have a little bit of the blue left. But if you are going to make this and you are doing the small size, you only need 2, I think. Only 2 of the blue, maybe 3 of the blue. 3 of the blue and 3 of the pink. But I am doing the small size in width but I am doing the amount of repeats in the large size. So I should have finished, if I was doing the small size, I should have finished probably 2 balls ago. I don't know if that made sense, but I wanted it longer, so I'm doing more repeats. I will weigh this when I'm finished and let you know. This has 150 grams per cake in each one. So that was 344 yards per 150 grams. And that is all I worked on this week. I did not get any mail. No new yarn this time. Probably no new yarn in March. I will buy yarn in April when I go to the Great Basin Fiber Arts Festival. Then in May, we kick off the Cowboy Yarn Crawl. It is the Wyoming State Yarn Crawl. All of the yarn stores in Wyoming are doing a yarn crawl, and you have from, I will have more information when it gets closer, you have from Memorial Day till Labor Day to hit all the yarn stores in Wyoming. Wyoming is a big state. It takes about a day or two to travel from the southwest corner to the northeast corner. So it takes a while to get to every single one of them. You couldn't do it all in a day. So they've decided all summer long, Memorial Day till Labor Day, for the yarn crawl. I think that's going to be so much fun this year. I don't know if I'll be able to hit more than the Rock Springs yarn store, but we will see. I think that is all I have today. I hope everyone is enjoying their making and getting a little bit of peace and maybe warming up. I hope the East Coast is warming up a little bit. I know you guys have had colder weather than usual, and we've had warmer weather than usual. So I hope things start to thaw out on the East Coast and you start to get warm. It is almost spring. It's just around the corner. And I hope you get to enjoy some making this week. Until next Sunday, happy knitting!